Alright, welcome to yet another trading week. As of last week, we saw a bit of price action, but selectively on the Japanese yen crosses. All the pairs were quite slow, and of course, a quiet market, a slow market is our worst enemy. We at best we want price to be very active, we want the market to be lively. That is the type of market that provides the very best trading opportunity based on our trading strategies. All right, before we conduct this review, and as usual, let's look into the Forex Factory economic calendar to see those high impact news announcements scheduled for this trading week, where we have some high impact news announcements here. Those for the Japanese yen are tentative, that's the monetary policy statement and news announcement. Others are coming from the sterling pounds, Canadian dollar, then the American dollar as well. At any rate, especially intraday traders, you want to keep all of these news scheduled on your notepad so you are not trapped on your active trades. Okay, let me just take you through a few pairs. Like I said, the market has been quiet. The action that we saw mostly from the Japanese yen pairs. In fact, if you look into the Forex currency index tool that we use, you will see that on the intraday time frames, let's begin from the 15 minutes. All right, on the intraday time frame, 15 minutes to even the medium term to the 4 hours. Okay, you will see that our absolute strength pairs are actually lacking. All right, they're missing. You can see how quiet the market has been. There is no red signal no green signal in the very intraday time frames. And of course, you want to be trading absolute strength versus absolute weakness. So in this type of market condition, it becomes extremely difficult for you to find a trade move very swiftly in your direction. Well, this is coming in from the long term, the daily, for the medium term as well. Well, we will see if we can find opportunities as they develop. All right, well, let's just keep analyzing. Let's see the euro against the American dollar to see what has been going on. Just let me scroll backwards. Euro against the American dollar. Well, in the monthly time frame, we had analyzed this previously. We talked about price trading around an area of resistance, and if you remember, I did mention that the bulls are still active in this area, but then it is best to avoid trading around this area for now. The best you want to do is to find out if you get valid bounces for price to go back down. And as at this time, all right, up till now, there are no valid bounces. In fact, for the week before last week, what did we get off this weekly trend line? I also shared this trend line with you, and I told you price has broken that trend line, and with the kind of candle we're seeing, that we may be having some pushes again to the upside. You can see how we got that ugly momentumless breakout. Price came to retest the trend line, and from there on it pushes again, but then this is not tradable. All right, it's not tradable for us. We don't have any valid setup there. So for the euro against the American dollar, well, this pair is still not tradable for us in the weekly time frame. You may want to be very precise with your levels. Okay, make it that as next level of support, depending on what will happen. If price comes back to test that area, that may now act as support. But hey, this type of price action is really not clear. Okay, so we are not trading anything there for now. Nothing for now. All right, let's look into the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen. Well, I just picked this pair because it is one of those Japanese yen pairs, and I want to show you how price has been behaving, and it is similar to most of the Japanese yen crosses. Okay, on the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen in the monthly time frame, of course, the price has been hesitating for several months around that area. You can see the sideways bias, right? So makes it quite choppy right there. This is a key level of support. Okay, so we'll just keep our monthly level there, but before that, let's draw our trend line. Keep our trend line. Okay, this is one of the important lines or levels of support, and as you can see, that trend line has been broken. It has been broken. Price is still making some hesitation outside the trend line, so that is the level we'll keep here. Let's look at the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame, well, you can also see this level here acted as support. Then we have that line here acting as resistance. Okay, so I'm going to keep that level. All right, let's keep that as our weekly level of resistance. Okay, then I can also keep that falling trend line. All right, so you can see how price came all the way to retest that zone. All right, where we have, which acted as resistance. Okay, that those two key levels of resistance and the rejection of that area in the daily time frame. In fact, we're watching this. To be more precise with my line, I'm going to be taking this off the daily time frame. So I'm going to be keeping the a precise level at the daily time frame. Let me take, okay. All right, let me keep this within the daily. And also, not to confuse you, I'm going to take this off the daily time frame. All right, so you can see how price came to retest that level. Now that level, we also anticipated a channel formation. We also anticipated a channel formation. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to change that just to give you a clear idea of what I'm talking about. All right, so we also anticipated a channel formation. With that bounce, then here was the point of confluence that acted as resistance. Okay, this is support. Well, we got this picture actually, but as you probably know, trading within a channel like this is not our thing. All right, this is a sign of congestion, sideways price bias. We could get this, but then we're actually following, given the reduced frequency of our trading, to see if we can have a valid bounce of that area, and that didn't happen. No hint of that bounce, and so we didn't take any trade. So price just cruised to the downside. Well, this pair is still bearish as long as it stays outside this trend line. So much still hesitating. Maybe we'll come back, bounce again, come back again. All right, anyhow, we'll keep following this pair. That is just what I want to show you on this pair. That fall was seen. If you go through most of those Japanese yen pairs, you are likely going to be finding this type of straight movement. So in the intraday time frame, let's say the 1 hour time frame, we're actually looking to find opportunities. But as you can see, after the sideways price bias, we got that straight fall. All right, it's a straight fall. Usually when price is moving in the long term, you find valid opportunities in the intraday time frames, but here it was just a straight fall to the downside, so we didn't get any entry in this pair. Right now it is crawling back up, still in a very slow fashion, but let's just keep following these pairs. I believe that things will definitely get better. All right, here, well, let me see if I can follow something here. Just keep this as resistance. Keep this as a rising support. Let me see if I get a breakout. To get a breakout pullback, I'll be looking for a valid entry until that happens. Then finally, the Canadian dollar against the Swiss franc in the monthly time frame. where we got this area here acting as a former support. All right, so it may now act as resistance. So let's keep that level. So a key level of former support. If price comes back there, we may be finding that act as resistance. So we should be expecting a pullback to that zone. Okay, now in the weekly time frame, what do we have? We clearly have a trend downside, so we are going to keep our trend line in the weekly time frame. Okay, that is it. So again, it will be good for us to see a pullback to that zone for price to resume that trend. So in the daily, what do we have? Well, in the daily time frame, we're having this area. This whole area actually acted as resistance. So I'm going to keep an area shaded, a shaded area there. Sorry. Just keep a shaded area. Okay, mark that in red. Keep it within the daily. All right, so I'll mark that in red. The expectation is that now price has broken above, and I like that momentum bar. All right, that breakout candle right there. So anywhere here, we may be seeing that reversal for price to go back up. So let's keep following this. In the 4 hours time frame, I am liking the fact that price is actually trending. So we'll just keep a trend line. The 4 hours time frame. Keep that in green. All right, so in the 4 hours time frame, price is actually we have a clear trend line. Okay, so anywhere here we should be expecting a bounce to the upside. Okay, so I am actually liking price action in the Canadian dollar against the Swiss franc. So let's see if we get that valid bounce of this area for price to resume its movement. All right, for price to resume its movement. So this is an optimal area to look for that entry. Okay, thanks again. Price has been slow. It's not our fault. We believe that things will get better. Just stick around. Let's keep doing this thing. Hopefully things will bounce back for us. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you again when it is absolutely necessary. Bye and best of luck.